Lori Flaquer of Soltar Solutions, and I'm here today on Focus Forward with a very good friend of mine and media personality, Yudy Cid. So Yudy, thanks so much for being on. How are you?
Thank you for having me. But Matt, let me correct something. Media personality after I met you. Before you,
Well,
just a struggling actor. No, just a struggling coach.
well, thank you so much, Yudy. So tell us where you are now in your career.
Lori, it's amazing. I have so much media attention. Everybody's calling me. I'm like, no, I need to work. Hold on. So remember those times when you told me, Yudy, don't worry about it. It's just about matter of time when they're going to be calling you. Well, that's the time here. I was on a radio show, and one of the to-be producer from another program, I don't even see, he said, oh, I like you. Why don't you come to my program? But I didn't have any notes or anything. Like, we were in the middle of the show. So I said, don't worry, I'll get to you later. I can't believe that I'm telling people to hold on to me. No, it's just feeling, it feels so good to have your dream comes true like that, and to, believe, and then when you see it happen. But at the end of the day, what really counts is that your work is being put out there, and that more people have access to what you have to say and the value that you have to contribute in your area. And for me specifically, in the area of family and relationship, I am finding even more rewards when people tell me, that they are listening to my tips and things like that. So that's what really counts.
So tell us about the media that you have out there now. What media do you have?
This is how my whole calendar goes. So I'm in there's 3 main radio stations here in New York City, which it's the #1 market in the world. And although it's primarily Latino, but you know how the Latino population is growing. So in reality, Univision it's on the top 5 networks in the US because of the numbers and influence. So that's where I am every week on the radio. And the rating for that particular show, where I have been a host, where I have been a guest for more than 2 years, has more than 2 million listeners. It's the #1 show actually here in New York in the #1 market. And so I started with just a small segment, and now I just go. Actually, if it's because of them, I'll be there every week. But I mean, every day. But I'm like, I could only do 1 week because then I have another show where I'm the host, which is on Tuesday, and then I'm also invited in other TV shows. So my whole media calendar it's full. But I only stay with the 3 biggest most opportunities because I have to do the work after that. So on TV recording, actually talking about media calendar, Lori, I can't believe it. I was dressed up as Christmas yesterday, doing all the Christmas salutation, New Year and everything. And it's just feel surreal to have already all the New Year and all the celebrations, and talking about Christmas and the spirit of Christmas, because that's what's coming up this month. So it's like I have to be buying my red dress back in October to be ready to record Christmas in November. So that's how it is.
Well, that sounds great. So just a question, so that's where you are now. So you're doing the radio show where you're the guest, which you have 2 million.
The 2 main radio stations. And actually, did I tell you, Lori, that the other radio station, the 3rd one, called me too? And then there was a conflict. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just talking to people. But they say, no, stay with one because, they're actually rivals and things like that. So I learned a little bit about it. But I almost say yes to the other guy. But here I am with just 2. But it's okay.
So let me recap. So you have on one radio station, you have 2 million viewers, and not viewers, I'm sorry, listeners. And the other radio station, do you know what kind of listeners you have on that? What the numbers are?
No, because it's a non-for-profit. but it's the number one. But it's international though, and that in international, it's in over 125 countries. 100.
Really? I had no idea.
It has a more or less a rating like that, but I don't know the precise number.
Okay, perfect. All right, and then tell us a little bit about your social media. What I know that you have tons of people on your social media. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing on your social media.
Social media is great, but it's tricky though. For example, if you see my Google looks, it has more than 58,000. But then the thing with the following is that you have to work it, and then because of my particular, it depends on the particular in the particular specialty that you offer. Because what I do deals with relationship and family, it's kind of private, so it's hard to have people follow and talk and interactive, but at the same time, what I'm dealing with is private things. So although it doesn't show up on my social media, I do have in my following and in my contacts, I have grown and multiplied, and it multiplies every day because every time I'm on the radio, they keep adding and adding and adding. But it's more on a private side. But you could see in terms of interaction and following, it's private. But in terms of reach, they know I'm there. They share the context that I give, and so on and so forth.
Wow, that's great. So the question is, here's where you are now. How did you get from, I've known you a long time, like 3 years, 4 years. So it's a long time to watch someone go from not really being visible to the media, not really having any media, to such a huge audience. What were the steps that you took to go from zero to where you are now?
Wow, thank you. The first step was to get on any media. And the first media opportunity was actually you coming onto your shows and the YouTube videos, because when you did the YouTube videos, it put me out there, and then now people can see me, how I speak, my voice, my message. And so every time I knocked at a door in the media, they were able to see my work. So basically, the platform that you prepared for me in terms of the videos and the show did a lot, and also it gave me experience, not so that I would not be, so it would be like my first time on the media. Then remember when we prepared the media calendar and pitching, so that helped a lot. When you told me, okay, they're evergreen, that means the topics that are usually that are like for every day, every month, every week, but then they're the special ones. And you remember at this time last year when we were recording the Christmas and we were recording the New Year, we did all the way to, I think, some Valentine's in terms of that. So that went well because my big break came on that San Valentine's when you said call them and tell them you have something. And then when I called them, I was helping the lady fill up our airtime. And then the other guy came, and then they saw me talking. And then the next thing, I am set after that media calendar that we did. And then in February, when we knocked and then I presented what I had for some Valentine's. Ever since that day, I've been busy in the media every day, every day.
What has that done for your business? What is that, for the growing of your business, the changing of your business? Tell us about that. What has happened?
Ding, 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 ding. The main thing is that it has tripled my career. Triple meaning that I had been able to then have so many followers and so many people wanting from me that I opened up my private practice. I consolidated it basically. I said, let me do private because, the demand of so many people wanting to hear more, because the show of the radio is like the host doesn't let me speak. So people want to hear more about me. They cannot get enough of the message that I have to say. And so it's like, okay, they call me for private. And then also it's giving me a career as a communicator in the media as well. So I started with just being a consultant and doing, groups and just being a speaker, from a speaker to a private practice, from a private practice now as a communicator.
Okay, and then tell us a little bit about how you've taken your presence, because now you have media presence, and you've changed that into your parties and speaking and events.
It comes out of that. It comes out of they wanting more, they like it, and then they're like, why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? And so I started doing groups as well because people wanted to get together in the message, and they set up at the beginning. They set up the groups for me, and then I said, oh, all right, let's do some more. And I remember when I started doing the first group out in the community, it was kind of like, I had to put all the pieces together, and I remember the next day I didn't have a voice, and I felt so frustrated. I couldn't even get on the call with you. I didn't speak to nobody like for a week, but I kept perfecting it. I kept working on it, and the last one that I closed this year, it was a breeze. It was beautiful. I got to record testimonies. I didn't have to call. It was so good. We stayed the after party like until like 1 in the morning because people didn't want to leave for real. Like I just stay there. The only thing I couldn't walk, but I'll just stay there sitting down, looking at the other couples enjoying themselves. And they're like, when it's the next one, when it's the next one. So that opened up to for many more opportunities for me because I do one-on-one, I do groups, and then I also have my other private contracts. So I'm basically sizing up all the opportunities that has come to me through
So
the
you went from conceivably one revenue stream to multiple revenue streams.
multiple revenue stream, and even more, and even community organizations also sponsoring me so I can do the show as well. Absolutely. So basically, about 5 revenue stream.
Nice, nice, awesome. So give us the person out there, the viewer who has the idea, yes, I'd like to get media. I'd like to be able to tap into that. I'd like to grow my business and have 5 revenue streams. Give us the tips, the steps, the secrets that you have of going from where you were to where you are.
Okay, this is the deal. I think that the first thing is fear because you don't know how is it that everything comes together. Like you just like you don't know. You tell people, yeah, you can do it. You could be in the media, and then you don't know. And yes, there are tricks, but it's always good to have this person who have done it before to tell you the steps. Like for example, the main thing is get into a platform, put your message together, find somebody that can clarify it and have that action plan. And then the rest is just like once you have those videos, once you have out there, then it's just a plan of where locally you can start getting the attention. But what I learned along the way, and this could be helpful for your viewers, is that the media is hungry. They want content. And if you have something like good prepared, they would always call you. You would always have access. You think it's the other way around. You think like, oh, they wouldn't want me. No, they do want you. Just set it up. And that's where your help came along so well because, the folders we prepared were so beautiful, the pictures. Because, oh, this is a big thing, which you had in mind and you taught me this, is that, they want to show, they want beauty because, they want to be represented. If they're having a guest, they want that guest to give value. And so, they want things aesthetically nice and beautiful so that they know that they bring in somebody or something of value to their viewers. And so I would say those would be the steps. Get advice, get a program, then go out there, do it, get perspective, and then knock at the doors, and the doors will be opened.
Awesome. That's great. That's great advice. So just looking forward, now you're radio, you're doing radio every week, 2 shows, 3 shows.
And loving it. I know you want me on TV. I'm loving it. I know you want me on TV, but you don't know, radio is such a sweet spot. And the other day I did a show. I was laughing so loud I couldn't articulate. I couldn't. And I said, wow, I never knew I could be making, money, loving, doing, making money, doing what I love, and just like laughing. Can you believe getting paid for laughing? For just like, you having such an awesome time on the radio. So I don't know. I'm split. My heart is split between the radio and TV. I know you want me to continue on TV, But radio has a special spot in my heart for now.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep pushing just to let you know.
All right, let's see.
Okay, so anything else that you want to say before we end?
I just want to say, just do it, and the opportunities will come. And so many magical things, Lori, happen in this process. And one of them was like, things that you never know. But once you have the purpose, things come and align into it. That I remember when we're knocking out thoughts and like how to pitch, and we used to spend like days preparing this pitch and everything, and how we're gonna call this person and how we're gonna do it. And to get on those shows, and then now I'm on both, on two of the the two main TV network, which is Telemundo and Univision, because one of the shows that I was doing weekly, they ended up being hired the show to go into Telemundo. So I'm there like without even like I didn't even plan. I'm just there doing my show in a show that had a lower rating, but now they grew it and now they're there, and I didn't have to do anything, and now I'm there. And on the other side, they're like, when are you coming to talk to us about this, and that? I'm like, gosh, give me a moment. I need to be, I have all these clients calling me here and there. So what I want to say is that follow your dream. But the main thing is really you need to have somebody who sees it. Because if you don't see it, you're like, I don't know how it's going to happen. And you can get caught up in that and then, kill your own opportunities, basically. But if you have somebody that can see it, you'll be like, all right, I'll do it, and then, in a short time, you'll be there. The media needs you. The world needs your message.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Yudy. I really appreciate the time and also your expertise, because you're really doing it. So you're doing a great job. Congratulations. I'm really proud of you. And thanks so much.
Thank you for you doing it as well and being out there encouraging. I always remember when you said, all I want you is to be successful. And I know that that's what you want for all your clients as well. And it's a pleasure to work with you. We have so many more projects to do, so many more things to accomplish. And I'm glad to have you by my side to share it and that we can enjoy the success together.
Well, that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Yudy. You have a great day.
Bye.
Bye-bye now.